Why don't we
Kick it off? All
Yeah.
right. Dude,
So it is Thursday. This is Loot Shooter Weekly. I am
yes, it
Gamer
is.
Tag.
Loot Shooter.
It is Loot Shooter Weekly. That is what this is. I'm Burt Reynolds. Gamer
Over
Tag. Burt Reynolds.
Over there.
There. I'm here.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah,
here.
you're
Burt
there.
Reynolds.
You're there. You're there. I'm over here.
Yep.
I'm Negan
Negan
Killjoy.
Killjoy. Golden Voice Gaming.
How is Bert doing today, by the way? I know we briefly talked on it as we were getting ready to introduce, but how are you doing today?
I'm doing all right, man. I'm doing pretty well.
Had a long day from what you were talking about?
I did. I did have a
And-
long day.
And you said it's been a long week just because of meetings and stuff like that, or why has it been a long week for you?
Busy, man. It is busy. It's busy.
Gotcha. All right.
So
That's why we got Thursdays on tap for you.
correct. I got another busy Friday tomorrow, and then it's the weekend.
Everyone's supposed to be busy. You're doing it all wrong. Got it all backwards, man. Right, we're supposed to ease into, relax. Like me, I'm having a happy hour with coworkers at real honest to goodness, going live, hanging out, having pizza, having a couple of beers, live in person happy hour on a Friday.
That sounds wonderful. That sounds wonderful.
we're kind of hoping. It is a sad one because one of the people that's there is actually leaving the company. She's going moving on to something else. But it's good to get together and hang out and stuff like that. So that'll be fun.
Yeah. That sounds good, man. I hope you're going to enjoy that. I'm sure you will. You going into the city for that or out by you?
Going to go into Oakland for it, over by where our main office is. So there's a couple places. There's a pizza place over there that the good news is they are kind of slow with their service. So when we tell people we're going to lunch, we know it's going to take a while, and it's not rushed or anything like that. So it's a plus. We're kind of looking forward to it.
Nice.
Like I said, hanging out, and it's beautiful. Supposed to be good weather. It's California. It's the Bay Area. Beautiful weather going on right now. So we are having a good time out here. Speaking of weather, how's the weather out where you're at these days?
We had a 50-degree day, and
Nice.
I think we got a couple 60-degree days coming up. Yeah, not as bad as it's been, man. Today it was cold again. It was like 38, but getting
So some of those mountains of snow are melting a little bit.
They're melting, and we're starting to get some like sunlight, and you can see the light at the end of the tunnel, Megan. You can see the light at the end of the tunnel.
Good. I was concerned about it. I was always concerned about it, my friend.
Yeah, no, it's gonna get better here. So I'm excited. Spring's coming. A couple weeks till spring break, and a couple weeks till Outriders comes out. We've both been playing that demo.
We have. I finished. I think I got through the first story.
Yeah, on one character.
The first boss. Yeah, on one character exactly. I haven't had time to really focus on it the way I wanted to, and it's enjoyable. I think getting through, and I always say this, and we were just talking about it with 3 tunes here. Getting through multiple tunes, I don't know if I'll be able to do that just because of my attention span and just the repetitive nature of it. But they are saying that you can skip part of the storyline with your next tune each time that you load one up. So that'd be kind of cool. So how much it skips as far as that goes, which would be kind of nice. But I'm looking forward to. I played the Trickster for the first run through. Yep, and had fun with that. So what about you? What'd you run?
Pyromancer.
I've heard good things about that one too.
I like when Paul Tossi, who I often read his stuff, he rated it worse. I was like, oh boy,
did he really?
I picked the worst. Typical me. I picked the worst one. No, I only because in here in Destiny, I'm a Warlock main. I have all my characters, somewhere between 1305 and 1310, so it's not like I just play my Warlock or something, but I definitely favor my Warlock. And I felt like when I was just kind of looking at the characters and that, I felt like, oh, that'll feel the most like a Warlock. Maybe. Right. I don't know. I haven't played any of the other ones, so I'm not sure. So now I have to just try out some of the other ones and see what I think. And the coolest thing about that demo is that it carries over to the real game, which and in terms of pre-order packages and everything else, there's no like gimmicky $120 pre-order package or It's
Right.
it's
Exactly.
it's a game, $60. It's not like that's kind of cool.
Yeah, they give you a pre-order. I think they give you some weapons or something like that, and some skins that if you pre-order it now, but it's nothing. Yeah, it's not the gimmicky that all the other ones have been doing. So
Yeah,
totally makes sense.
yeah. So I'm was kind of pumped about that, and then in this week, this is the first week since this launch where we didn't get a new battleground,
Correct.
and so we're whatever. I've got a couple more. Where does it say?
So let's go back to Outriders real fast, since we talked about that. What do you think of the gameplay and the movement and because I know one of the complaints that I saw, and we talked about it briefly, I believe, was the stickiness to cover. Where cover seems to be an integral part of the game, but they need to improve it just a little. What do you think of the movements and the gameplay and stuff like that as far as Outriders goes?
So I liked everything other than the cover. But for two reasons. It sucks getting in and out of it. It's not intuitive. It's not sticky. It feels kind of broken. But then even more so, like the gameplay doesn't really lend itself to cover. Because if you're not getting kills, like all of your healing is tied to killing. At least, again, I've only played the Pyromancer, so I can't speak, but I think it's true for all the characters. So, it has like you're getting healed by doing damage and or killing things. Well, when you're in cover, you're doing neither. And the enemy density is pretty intense. And you and I talked a little bit the other day, like turning it up to World Tier 4 is like not messing around. And so it's like if you go and cover, you're dead. It's like I'm like, well, that doesn't feel good. But I just keep telling myself it's a demo. And as you and I both know, none of these games ever launch perfectly.
Right.
They don't.
Right. Agreed.
So I always have tempered expectations when it comes to the launch of one of these.
Well, and people can fly, and Square Enix are doing a really good job of, I think, setting expectations as well. They're not a big hype train. They're, they got some YouTubers and some people that they're letting show off the game and stuff like that, but they're tempering it themselves. Just I think as a result of all the other games that have been happening, it just had dumpster fire launches. So that's good. And you are correct. The same thing with Trickster was that the lifesteal came in a couple of the boss runs that you had to kill enemies to stay alive. So yeah, the cover, while it felt like it needed to be integral, it did kind of get in the way as well, I guess, now that I think about it. So, but it's fun. And I think they're going to have to tune down the AI just a little bit, because the AI and the rushing mechanic that I experienced on, especially World Tier 4 was out of control. And stuff like that. But I think they're going to have to tune that down just a little bit, so you do have a chance to kind of recover a little bit as far as that goes.
Yeah, I agreed. I think it will need a little. It definitely is going to need some tuning, but I'm telling myself that the demo is where they're going to get that feedback and they're going to make those adjustments. So here's hoping. And sometimes with demos, especially in these kind of games that are so big, these big MMO live service loot shooters, when they put a demo out, it might be 6 or 8 months old already, just because they have to get it stable enough to put it on the demo, and the consoles don't make that easy, and certification and all the other stuff. So, who knows? The game might already be in a better spot. But I mean, from a perspective of if it launched tomorrow, I think all 3 of the loot shooters that we play were in about that same spot, or maybe worse in a lot of cases when they launched. You know what I mean? So it's like it's got some nagging annoyances, but it's not like broken.
No, it's absolutely not broken. No, it was definitely enjoyable. It was definitely fun. The storyline was kind of cool how they're telling the story and stuff like that. And I enjoyed it. I'm inclined. I'm going to buy the game now, so that's not a question. And they also talked about how the demo is going to remain in the store even after the game launches. So it's not a beta. It's not a test server type thing. It's something that they're going to keep there for people. So that's kind of cool too if they do that. So
and in fact, the demo is getting a patch next week. So
nice.
They're even patching the demo. I think Horchata jumped in. Did he put himself into party or stream audio?
It should be. We should be ready to go. Sorry, I'm late.
Ready to go? And you're broadcasting your audio and everything like that?
Sir.
All right, sweet. Welcome, Horchata. How you doing, man?
I'm doing great. How are you guys?
Oh, we're doing well.
Sounds like you were talking about a little Outriders.
Mm-hmm.
We were.
Mm-hmm. We're going to suck you in there at some point. You're going to be sucked into that game. You can't fight it, man. At some point, you're going to be sucked into it.
Right.
You've actually inclined to do it because we were talking about it was the same studio that did Gears of War and stuff like that. And you, I believe, your comment when we said Gears of War that had you intrigued as well, right, Horchata?
Yeah, I like the gunplay mechanics of Gears of War. Somebody told me that this is sort of a match between Gears of War 5 and Diablo 3, which that piqued my interest.
Yeah, I think that's accurate. I think that's pretty accurate. And I mean, there's definitely some Destiny to it. There's definitely the builds are a little bit more like the Division or Diablo. You know, they're deep.
Very
okay.
Super deep as far as build go.
Yeah,
crazy deep. For people like Burt, all excited, probably all frothing at the mouth, get in and really start doing builds.
Wonderful.
Give me my math. Give me my spreadsheet. I'll be happy.
Right. Well, and that was, and again, I don't mean to keep on it, but that was the other thing about the build I noticed, that they're specifically saying things like, instead of like Borderlands and Destiny is like, oh, some increase or you get a small boost. They actually tell you 8% boost here or 12% boost here for the different items. They're actually giving you the numbers that they're using as a basis as well. So yeah. I think it's a little. It's kind of nice that they're pulling back the curtain a little bit as well.
Yeah, I like that, and I think again, from a build perspective, right? Like, obviously on the spectrum of the games we play, this one is the lightest. Destiny is definitely the lightest. And Borderlands is next, and then Division is the most robust.
Mm-hmm.
But I think Outriders could easily, make a contention for being the most robust from a build perspective. So I think that's kind of cool.
Agreed.
That has me excited.
Right.
So I'm going to shoot Horch an invite, and we need to do the beer section, I think is what we need to do.
Yes. Get him in here, get the beer section going. I know I delayed it long enough. I believe Bert's going to go first, right? Because Bert has been waiting since at least yesterday. He mentioned it to me yesterday. He's looking forward to this beer. So he's jonesing
must be
for
a
it.
good one. I can't hear about it.
Either it's a really good beer or he's had a really long week. One of the two, or both.
Or both. So I'm drinking tonight.
Got a picture of Mike of Horchata tonight. Nice.
I added that when he got here.
Nice.
I have Wise and Shine, which is from.
I see what you did there.
Yeah. Hollinsor Brewing Company in Woodstock, Illinois, right up the road. The town where it's just like 10 minutes away. It's where my in-laws live. It's the town where Groundhog Day was filmed. And the Groundhog Day commercial that was in the Super Bowl last year, they came back and filmed it there. So it's a Hefeweizen wheat ale with lemon peel and orange peel.
Ooh, that sounds good.
There's a lot going on there.
Yeah, there's a lot going on, but it sounds really good. Are you doing it with a lemon peel or a lemon wedge, or are you just doing it straight?
I'm just going to do it straight. It says lighter bodied and smooth with notes of banana and a slight haze from the Hefe yeast. Lemon peel and sweet orange peel were added to the boil to contribute to a fresh citrus bite.
Nice.
Cheers.
Median ahead. Cheers. What's Horchata doing tonight?
I picked up a nice Citra Hop Session IPA. This is something Costco sells, which is most of where I get my selection. Is you're cruising down the aisle and then you go, "Ooh, what's that?" So this is, I think Kirkland had Untapped, the brewery Untapped does this one for him, and I can't wait. Should be good.
Very cool.
Negan?
Negan is doing what's called an Isabella Blonde tonight, And this actually has a little story on the background. If you're looking for an easy drinking beer with enough substance to keep you interested, you've come to the right place. Made with the finest American malts, classic noble hop varieties, and our pristine Sierra Mountain water, because it's made out of Kernville, which is about 6 hours south of me right now. The beer is perfect for any occasion or even no occasion at all. Just don't settle for any blonde. Choose Isabella Blonde. It's by Kern River Brewing, which is out by Lake Isabella in Southern California, out by Bakersfield. So that's why it's called Isabella Blonde. So that's what I'm going for tonight.
Nice.
Love it.
I like it.
Let's open them up. Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers. Still pouring mine. Cheers.
That is good.
Yum.
That is good.
So
Cold
here,
beer at the end of a long day.
right? Right.
Yeah, no kidding. No kidding. There
You
we
West
go.
Coasters are a lot closer to the end of the day than me. Or, yeah, you're so close to the day part of the end. I'm
Yeah,
late at night.
where it ended, you're really far away from it.
Yes.
Yeah,
your,
it is.
Your whole day's almost done, Bert.
I know. Yep. I'm nearing bedtime. So here's the story of what we're doing tonight. We named the stream I've Nightfallin and I Can't Get Up. We're gonna do the Nightfall. You like that? Negan came up with that. Yeah, it's a good one. So we're gonna do the Nightfall, which is actually a reprise of the Fallen Saber Strike from Destiny 1. They've added 3 Destiny 1 strikes back. Super excited about that. We
Why am
did
I
this the
drawing
other
a blank on
night.
the third one? I know this one.
Omnigul.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
Yeah, Devil's Lair with Sepix Prime, Fallen Saber, and then Omnigul.
Gotcha.
And so we're
Take a
gonna.
drink to catch up.
Yeah, there you go. You got the question wrong. Now you have to drink. So we did it the other night on 1300, and I've done it a couple times. Negan and I did it a few more times last night on 1270. We're gonna do it on 1270 tonight because 1300 is hardcore, and we'll talk about that. But what we're farming for tonight is there's an assault rifle that comes from it called the Shadow Price, and you can only get it from the Nightfall, and it's the only arc assault rifle in the game right now. So Negan's going to show you the Shadow Price.
And bring it over. Hold, please.
He's
There
going to
we
dim it
go.
to himself here.
Dim it to myself. There's Shadow Price right there.
So the Shadow Price is pretty awesome. It's a really great gun.
And supposedly,
I mean, it's actually
one of the god rolls we're looking for, the swashbuckler and bottomless grief. Isn't that what you're saying?
Yeah.
That's people were looking for that.
And I have one with
That's it.
swashbuckler and plus, and I have a couple with dragonfly on them. But the whole bunch of rolls, they're really good. The 450 archetype assault rifle is actually the worst in the game from an assault rifle standpoint, but this gun just feels good.
It does.
And
I will agree with that.
and it's arc, and you don't have any other choice because you got the gnawing hunger that's void, and you've got what is the solar one? Probably don't have it on me. The solar one comes from Europa. I can't remember the name of it right now, but it comes from Europa. You can get it from bounties from Varix on a daily basis, and this is the only arc one. So we're gonna go do that. And I think we're gonna have a good time here. So do this up. Horch, you have not gotten one yet, correct?
I'm not looking forward to my first.
The other thing I will say is,
and you're first.
You do. You always remember for Shadow Price. I've run this. I don't know how many times this week. It's what I've been doing. You get a good group because you can queue into the 1270. You can't queue into the 1300, but if you get a good group, you can get this done in about 10 minutes, 9 minutes per run. You'll get a lot of enhancement prisms, and I've gotten a ton of exotic armor. I've got more exotic armor than I have shadow prices. I think I get a exotic armor piece about probably on average about every 2.5 runs. Get a shadow price about every 4. So there's that. What I'm finding though with Destiny at this point is if you got 3 characters going, there's just not enough time in the week to do all the things anymore. I think.
Oh, am I the last one standing? Oh shit! Shoot! Crap! Son of a bitch!
You put the right rating on there?
I did.
All right, then. Fuck it.
Shit away, man. Shit away.
You made it worse. You made it continually worse. Yeah, I think, the funny thing is there's more here to do now than anyone should reasonably do in a week. If you got 3 characters.
In your opinion, is that good or is that a good thing or a bad thing?
Oh, I think it's a fine thing. But like here we said it's Thursday night. I've been playing every night this week. I've probably done this more than I probably could have, but I have I've done my baby pinnacles on all 3 characters, maybe. Get Crucible baby pinnacle because it's mayhem.
Oh, man. Okay. Probably do Crucible this week then if that's the case.
Yeah, so that doesn't take very long. But we haven't done the Presage or the Hawkmoon yet this week. And that to do that on 3 characters, that's the whole night by itself, right? Easily to do just one of those 2. If you're gonna do it 3 times, that's gonna take up a whole night. So you figure if we were to do Presage tomorrow night on all 3 characters, that would be the whole night. And then if we did Hawkmoon, that would be Saturday night. And the funny thing is, I have not done a drop of Battlegrounds this week on any character. So hence my comment. What do you do Battlegrounds Sunday night? It's just like that is. There's just too many good things to do now to get it all done in 1 week. As far as whether that's good or not, or bad or not, I think, more content's always good in my opinion.
Still repetitive, but it's still enough variety where it doesn't feel repetitive necessarily. We're doing the same thing over and over, and that's the same with any game right now. But it does feel like there's enough stuff where it's not punishing you with a bunch of repetitive stuff all the time. And speaking of repetitive and stuff like that, and not bunching up and stuff, there's a glitch going on now in Destiny World. We're doing 12-man raids. You guys heard about that?
Yeah. It's pretty cool.
where Bungie has acknowledged that it exists, and they say they're enjoying watching people play and do the 12-man stuff. But what was it? They said something to the effect of they did not design the raid for a clown car full of guardians to arrive, so expect things to go wrong. and they did say they are going to fix it before Grandmaster Nightfalls, but at least we're letting people enjoy it for now. And they seem to be getting a kick out of it as well.
And it's not, it's a whole bunch of different activities. I've seen 12-man Presage missions, 12-man Nightfalls, 12, basically anything you can do, you can get up to 12 people into it.
Nice. And it's all about the timing. It's like you get the timer down to 2 seconds or something like that, and then somebody joins on you that lets you, or something like that. Is how it works.
Something crazy like that.
Sounds
interesting.
People find those things and how they come about fun. I always want to find the one person that found it and say, what were you doing where you actually decided to get 12 of you together, wait till 2 seconds and try to join? How did that even come up?
I often wonder the exact same thing. Like, where does that come from? Who made that decision? How did they find that?
Oh, actually, the other thing I want to talk to you guys about, because we mentioned it, I think we've all noticed it lately, the teleportation of the bad guys seems to be out of control lately. It seems to be
Yes.
happening more and more, and they acknowledge that as a bug as well. Something to do with the way that they're redoing the network traffic on the servers and stuff like that. So they acknowledge that that's an issue, and they are working on that. That it shouldn't be happening. They know why it's happening to some extent, but they're working on a patch for it as we speak.
Because that
That's kinda
that
nice.
is, yeah, that can be so frustrating, especially in the battlegrounds, right,
And
where
that's
the
what
enemy
they're saying.
intensity is
That's where
high.
they're seeing it. They're seeing it the worst is in battlegrounds.
Yeah, it's brutal. Yeah, so if you're gonna run this Nightfall, I recommend, and I think Negan will second this, recommend the Night Watch with the Risk Runner. Seems to be the ultimately, and that
Yes.
goes for the 1300 and the 1270. I mean, the Risk Runner is just so strong in here, and because it's all fallen, obviously.
Got arc damage being rained down upon you.
Night Watch, if you've got one that's got explosive payload on it, that seems to do a number on those barrier servitors. So
Yeah, that thing is my bay.
yeah, I love that. Love it.
It should look like I have one explosive payload. I'm just shooting one that's normal. You should barricade off it though.
I've run it with the ones with the explosive payload. I've run it with ones with multi-kill clip. But I will say that I feel like explosive payload is the way to go.
Well, that makes sense. Since the barrier drops, you drop an extra damage on it as it does it. That would seem to work well together.
Yeah, and I think explosive payload does work on shields. Like it has an extra bonus to shield damage, and so obviously when you're dealing with something that's got a big shield up.
Dropped a shank on him as I finished it. That's not nice. Not nice at all. Oh, I should have put on void. Dang, I'm running my knives. Sorry, guys. Tether knife.
Oh, tether? You tether? Yeah, that would be nice, but
I'm not.
you're not. I know you're not. I'm just saying. Yeah, that would have been nice, but it's not the end of the world, man.
Hooray!
Shadow Price?
Yes,
Shadow
sir.
Price?
Yeah.
I think I got one.
Nice.
Let's see. Surplus and unrelenting.
That's not a bad roll. That's not a bad roll.
So
that is
shadow
this
price. It
Nightfall.
seems like every roll you say is not a bad roll on the shadow price.
Well, there aren't a lot. There aren't a lot of
He
bad
does.
rolls. There are not a bad roll. There are not. Just let me say that. There are no bad rolls. I think I have the one bad, quote unquote, bad roll, which is Shield Disrupt.
Oh yeah. Although for some of the match game Nightfalls and stuff like that, I can see it can be a really strong gun though.
Oh, it could be. It's just, I mean, it's not a damage adder in any way or a health adding thing, right? So,
right.
The possible talents you can get on it are all good. I guess that's really the thing, right? There are not a lot of bad options because it's fresh, unrelenting, swashbuckler, dragonfly, and shield disrupt. That's it. So there's not none of those are bad. You know, it's not like you're going to get some trash rolling.
Right.
So yeah, I mean, there's a lot of good options. And then surplus is the best roll you can get in that column. So otherwise, bottomless grief. Those are kind of the two popular ones.
Makes sense. Yeah, I got a royal entry with underdog, which isn't too bad, and chain reaction, which always good on a rocket launcher.
Still not gotten a royal entry yet.
Really? They're dropping like flies for me, man. I got dozens. Or 4. One of the two.
Or 4. That's just a world drop, right?
So, I must have gotten them from World Drops. I don't think I've been getting them anywhere else. I've got 2, looks like 2 or 3. Like dozens, almost.
Yeah, I still have not gotten one.
My counting may be off. Yeah, who knows?
And what was you got a scout rifle a couple weeks ago that I still have never seen. Distant Relation, maybe, or something like that? I forget what it was.
Let me see. I think I'll bring up. Wasn't it?
There's some world drops that just seem to never drop for me. I'm not complaining, man. It's not legitimately not complaining. It just see them. Never get.
You're getting near the drops. You're working the 1270 for your shadow prices. You're getting pretty good drops on that. Did you get a god roll, which you refer to as god roll shadow price?
I did, yeah. Swashbuckler, surplus, tactical mag, extended barrel. That's the
nice.
That seems all right.
Yeah, that might do some work for you. That might put down some bad guys.
And one of my character here is I got 2. I have 2 with Killing Wind and Dragonfly. I have 1 with Unrelenting and surplus. I have 1 with Thresh and surplus. I have the 1 with Disruption, Break, and Overflow. Yeah. I have a few different ones.
Yeah, good.
Few
Definitely got a couple. Absolutely. Nice.
The scout I like that they added to the world drops is the Eternal Blazon. That gun's fun, but I still have not gotten a great roll on that either because it's just random. Nowhere to go farm it. That's what I like about Nightfall. Good place to go farm. You'll get a lot of enhancement cores, quite a few enhancement prisms. At one point yesterday, I had 15 enhancement prisms. Don't need more because the Masterworks some more armor, but you get a lot of enhancement prisms and of course quite a few exotics. Although I don't know. I kind of have my build set. I wasn't looking for other exotics. So the other place you can go farm just before we go tonight, because I think we'll kind of wrap up here. But some of the other things once you kind of get to this end game level, you can totally go do Blindwell and farm the Moon Weapon or Dreaming City weapons there. The Pit of Heresy has its own set of weapons, so there's a whole bunch of places that we still have to go farm.
Farm the weapons, get the masterwork armor at the end, and get the pinnacles. I think we all still need those.
That's right. Which we can farm those weapons now because that's why you and Horchata had the goal last week of getting me up to 1300 with my tunes, which I now have 2 tunes at 1300. So we can go farm those weapons and stuff like that, so they drop at a good level and a level that will keep around for a while if I get the good weapons. So thank you for pushing me on that and making me do all the ugly stuff as well as the fun stuff.
That was fun.
It was fun. It was fun. And of course, the battlegrounds are a great source. The Umbra Engrams that you get out of the battlegrounds are a great source for farming world weapons and the seasonal weapons. So, yeah. couple weeks from now, when the palindrome's back up, we'll be farming that for a whole week, trying to get good rolls on the palindrome.
What's the palindrome?
D1 hand cannon.
Okay, that's right. All the feels. I got all the D1 feels.
I heart D1.
That's your nostalgia. Your nostalgia showing.
My nostalgia is showing. It is.
Can't keep it under wraps.
No, they need to bring
peeking out.
Rise of Iron needs to come back. That's all I'm gonna say. Bring back Rise of Iron.
You just know when Vault of Glass drops, Burt's going to sit there for 2 days. Just going,
I am so excited.
Just drooling, waiting to get into it.
I am so excited to play Vault of Glass again. With you guys, especially, because I don't think... Horchata, did we ever run Vault of Glass together in D1?
No. I have not run Vault of Glass in my life.
Okay. That is... Nice. Here's where my fingers are crossed on. That they bring back the Vault of Glass shader, Cheddar White. It was my favorite shader, Destiny 1. You could make... It was like a monochromatic white. And it was glorious. It was glorious. So hoping for Chatterwhite, but we'll see. Maybe that's been canceled this year.
And you Vault of Glass, you would just die happy, man, right there, huh?
I would be pretty pumped.
Just put down the game. You can't get any better than this. I'm walking away right now. Walking away.
The thing is, they bring back they brought back so much stuff, right? And they've done a really excellent job with it. But they don't bring back all aspects of it because they brought back the Omnigul Strike, but with a different boss. I mean, she is Omnigul. It's just they gave her a different name, but they call it the Disgraced. And the Omnigul Strike was memorable in Destiny 1 because that is where you got the grasp of Moloch, which was one of the best pulse rifles in the game. It was a legendary pulse rifle, and it was such a good gun. And you really only ran that strike to try to get that gun, right? So, but they brought the strike back, but no grasp of Moloch. So maybe they'll bring back Vault of Glass, but no Chatterwhite. That would be my guess.
And they did say they are going to alter the Vault of Glass a little bit, so it has more of a Destiny 2. They're trying to keep it true to Destiny 1, but they're also going to change it up a little bit so it has more of a Destiny 2 feel to it as well. So I'll be interested to get your feedback once it drops, how it compares to the original.
Yeah, it's such an awesome raid. So I'm excited for that. We will definitely cover that when that comes out next season. And with that, I think we're done for tonight. How was your beer, Negan?
I was going to say, my beer was good. It was actually, it's more than drinkable. It's a very enjoyable beer. It's again, just like last week, I think I'd give this one an 8 out of 10. It's a solid, nice blonde beer. It's got the blonde beer taste to it, a blonde ale taste to it. It's light. It's refreshing. I can see this being a problem in the summer if I find more than one at a time.
That's a compliment.
That's absolutely a compliment. The problem being that I would fall down and be sloppy at night if I had more than one of these, or a 6-pack of these during the day, a hot summer day. But no, good. What did Horchata think of his beer? His Kirkland Session IPA.
This one, it seems to be broken, but I will say it tasted like more, so I'm going to do this. Open it.
When it's broken like that, it tastes like more. Nice. And Burt, how was yours?
Wise and Shine it's good. It's very good. Good. It's lightweight. It's very lightweight and very drinkable. It's not a heavy hitter. It's a good choice for this late in the evening and tastes like sunshine and summer. So.
Oh, there you go. Perfect. Yes, mine tastes like a fresh summer day as well. Like right after you get done doing all the yard work and stuff like that, or you want that beer after doing a hard day of work.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But as we've discussed, you don't know what winter is, so I don't know how you have such fond memories of summer. You never get below like 50 degrees out there, but
no. I got into the 40s. It was a little cold for a day or two there, Hey, California, what can I say? It's your fault for not living here, not my fault for the weather.
Not impressed, man. Not impressed.
Oh, and also one more thing, Bungie, they're doing as well. Don't forget to go and vote for the armor that you want to see for Season of the Lost this year. They have 2 sets of armor that they're putting up for both dinosaur and monster armor is what they're calling it. So make sure you go vote.
Okay. It's good to know.
Yeah. So anyway,
good
yes. I had to distract away from the, how bad California sucks as far as weather.
Yes. Good. All right. Well, we'll call it a night for tonight, and we'll be back to it next week. And I personally appreciate getting to stream with you guys. So thank you too. And
it was a pleasure, Burt.
Cool.
Oh,
awesome.
Oh,
no burn. It is.
Ouch.
This is fun being on the stream, you guys.
We just
hearing you talk about all the video games you play.
All right. Well, good having you around again, Horchata. Nice running with you as well, Burt, as always. And to everybody else, see ya.